Hey nerds, I'm gonna review Master of None, and this is my third take. But I'm gonna go straight into a review, the second episode, which is called Lanazi, which is a reference to an opera. Anyway, uh, I was a little disappointed that Illy was no longer black and white in this episode, but I do think that the symbolism that represents Dev's time there in terms of how romantic it was and how, like, you know, he really tapped into something that he would have totally missed, and like something just so much more amazing and natural than what is kind of possible in New York. And he really gave himself a chance to look at himself in the mirror, I guess, and decide what he really wants for his future. Even though in the end, at the of the episode, that he kind of defaults to his old life, and those kind of New Year's resolution-esque resolve he had about goals kind of went on the back burner in a way. The fact that Arnold visited him and that he has some roots in Italy also represents the reality of the world and Dev tapping back into his old life. It's even represented by the fact that in the beginning of the episode, when he's told a beautiful girl's waiting for him, he thinks it's the person from the girl he met from last episode, and he tells Arnold honestly, "Yeah, I'm disappointed that you're not her." And it's like, "Hey, reality check." It was like very literal. Anyway, it's kind of ironic that there's a marriage happening that Arnold would want to object to, that he has a lot of stake in, when Dev saw himself and his last girlfriend kind of in fantasies getting married and it being all wrong. And that's kind of what made the relationship crumble, even though it was going so well before. On the flip side, Arnold had a very, very long relationship, and it just fizzled really, really slowly, and in a way where the passion was just gone, he says. So they're on very opposite ends of the spectrum in the way of their relationships ending and like views of the future, because Arnold is obviously regretting it, and you can see Dev regretting it, but he's less active in his regret, because although he's lonely, he still has the companionship of his ex-girlfriend, because they're texting all episode, which might be a hint that they might be getting back together and make an attempt that actually fizzles. I don't know, I think they made a pretty interesting couple, and the way they went through relationship troubles, especially in the last season, when they had an episode literally just about the progression of their relationship, which made me really scared they were gonna break up in that episode, but ended up that, you know, their bond had become stronger than the stuff that their personalities and all the other BS was throwing at them. That all being said, this episode was kind of about accepting, you know, new beginnings and trying to meet new people, and not like being like, "Well, it's me, I'm going to be forever alone." Like playing the field, basically, which is what people always tell their friends to do and whatnot, and whatever you might have going on in your life. Most societies value relationships, and I think that Master of None's relationship focus plots are very emotional, and the fact that they're even in Italy is even highlighting this, color or not. The whole almost objection thing, and Arnold having to step away from everything and trusting Dev to be the person to do it, was actually really touching. I was actually surprised that Dev didn't want to give him a massage, but I like that he didn't say some type of homophobic comment like a lot of guys in reality might say. But you know, Dev is a pretty progressive guy. I mean, he lets him and Arnold have piggyback rides. They even did it in the pool. So I mean, come on. I mean, they're like super besties. I really like their chemistry in this episode. Another thing, I think that the wedding scenes are actually filmed in not Italy. I think they were filmed in New York, because Rosario Dawson does a lot of work in New York. So unless she's been filming something in Italy or she's going to vacation there, I highly doubt that she just randomly was in Italy, unless they didn't film any of it in Italy. Dun dun dun. Well, I don't think that happened. I think they filmed on location. But I guess I should look it up. Maybe I'll tell you next review. what else do I want to cover? I feel like I covered most of the things. I like the goodbye. I felt like he was leaving like a summer camp. It was like, bye. Oh, I didn't even know you like me. It was like, oh, of course I like you. You know, and it was just like, it was like summer fun. It was like his summer away from life, in a way. And life is a way of sneaking back up on you and being like, you have responsibilities. So that's why at the end of the episode, he defaults back to his old life because he said it's himself. He doesn't know what he's doing right now. And it says he's been there for a week. He hasn't done anything. Or so we're led to think. I hope the next episode actually follows up what that week was about, because I didn't want that time skip to happen. I wanted him and Arnold to be on the same plane together, going back to New York. I want them to have a resolute conversation about things and talk about relationships more. But obviously that can't happen because I didn't write this show. However, I'm very enthused about watching the next episode, and maybe I'll even watch it today and post another review. I'm really happy with the reviews I got. On the last one, the views I got on the last one. So I mean, come on, it's relevant right now, and I like the show, so I'm gonna try to get through it as fast as I can without burning myself out, of course. Because I'm also playing a lot of Persona 5 nerds, and it is consuming a lot of time that I have that is free. With that, I just want to say thanks for all support, and I just want to mention that we passed 100 subscribers, which I'm very, very happy about. And I and my lovely spouse will continue to try to give you content that is quality, and you will see a performance rise hopefully soon, although there are other projects in the works that I hope to come to fruition soon and let you guys know about, so you can see just what kind of art I will make. So you nerds have a good week and enjoy the beautiful day.